Hey, I'm Sam Elby, and welcome to Gospel Bytes.
Greetings and welcome to Gospel Bites, where we take a bite of the gospel for the day. Today is July 3rd, Friday. It's the feast of St. Thomas the Apostle. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Glory to you, O Lord. This is taken from John chapter 20, verses 24 to 29. Thomas, called the twin, who was one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But Thomas said to them, "Unless I see the mark of the nails in his hands, and put my finger in the mark of the nails, and my hand in his side, I will not believe." A week later, his disciples were again in the house, and Thomas was with them. Although the doors were shut, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then Jesus said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and see my hands. Reach out your hand and put it in my side. Do not doubt, but believe." Thomas answered, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said to Thomas, "Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have come to believe." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. This is a very famous story of St. Thomas, and he was absent when Jesus first appeared. That's why I tell people, when you don't go to Mass, you miss the presence of Jesus. Some people say, "I can pray at home, I can do this, I can do that." Well, it is during the Mass that Jesus appears, with the flesh, with the wounds, and everything in it. Now, it's strange that the proof that St. Thomas wanted was not that Jesus could perform miracles or that Jesus would be someone who is familiar to him, but rather the sign that he looked for were the wounds. He didn't say, "Well, I want a Jesus who can transform, who can change the water into wine. No, I want the Jesus who can multiply the bread and the fish." No, he asked for the Jesus with wounds. And I think it tells us so much about um, the reality of forgiveness. When we forgive someone, the wounds remain in us. We cannot say, "Well, that's okay. Everything is, I forget about that. Let's forgive and forget." No, to forgive someone means I will have to bring the wounds for the rest of my life. I may have to suffer the pain for the rest of my life, but I'm not going to hold you accountable for that anymore. I have, I am going to, I, um, that pain, I will not charge you with that. I don't want you to be punished for what you've done to me. That is the kind of love and forgiveness that St. Thomas saw in Jesus. This is a Jesus who has loved me and who has bore my sin, and you know, and he doesn't count it against me anymore. And I am sorry for the pain and the wounds that I have caused that he would bear for eternity. But it just shows how much he loves me. Yeah. So Saint Thomas has a deeper faith than that we can give him. We should give him credit. It's not just he's a doubter, but he is one who seeks the God who forgives. Let us follow the example of Thomas. We may have to bear the wounds, the hurts of people who have hurt us in the past. That when we forgive them, we just say, "Yes, I don't hold you. I don't want to get even anymore. Yeah, and I forgive you from my heart." I'm Father Jerry Zambrano for another edition of Gospel Bites. God bless you. Have a nice day.